Hey, it's me. I'm back. Mere seconds after I finished playing a moment ago. We should be able to, I think, get back to the surface this episode, as long as we're not, dragging our feet terribly. We should get through 1300 and 1250, both in the duration it takes to play this particular episode, next half hour. I guess that's quantifiably the duration it takes to play, roughly. So hopefully we'll see those potions quaffed this episode, and we'll know how we're doing on the strength front. I'm guessing, based on previous experiences, we should be at 1897 strength right now, except for the fact that we got drained a bit. I'm guessing it won't take us right to 18100. It'll probably take us to 1899 when we drink this strength potion, but we'll drink it nonetheless, and we'll know if we are done with that particular quest or not. Will I immediately head onward? I might just head onward after we get the strength up there. I wouldn't mind getting our dexterity up as well. It's currently at 1822. It'll obviously be higher yet when we get to the surface and drink this potion of dexterity. It is definitely assisting us in that it raises our armor class and our to-hit bonus. So I don't know, man. It might be worth sticking around for that too. I don't know. The thing is, this is episode 134. Again, 33 minutes of UMoria. I think his name was Ben. I've forgotten again already. I apologize to that gentleman. Made a very entertaining show. I didn't watch the whole thing, I'm not going to lie, but I watched select portions of it and enjoyed what I watched. But he managed to wrap up his entire playthrough with more than one character. He had started off with a female character, and noticed partway through he's got a male character, so that character must have died, and he made a new one. And good for him for just continuing the playthrough. I don't know if he had more than one character, or more than two. Maybe he had like 3 or 4. I don't know. This was all one character, but he managed to wrap up his entire playthrough in 137 episodes. We're on 134, and let's be frank, we're not near being done. Obviously, we're not on the bottom level. We're not down towards the bottom level. We haven't even finished searching for the potions yet. We're definitely, at the very minimum, at the 2/3 mark, I'd say. I'd probably doing much better than that even, but I don't know. What was I was trying to get at, for some reason, the concept that I can't take forever playing this. Oh, I remember what it was. Yeah. So, do we stick around looking for more potions of dexterity or not? I don't really know. Let's drop V. Let's pick this up. Let's switch. And let's read that new scroll. Enchant weapon to damn. Longswords. Enchanted again. We could have used that one potentially on the Slay Undead weapon, but we're near maxing it out anyway. It would be very hard for it to work on that one. Maybe he dropped a potion? Alright, well, he did drop a potion. Restore mana. Better than nothing. We do collect those. Yeah, so I don't know if we'll stick around. Again, if you're looking for a quantifiable reason why he's able to... and the reason I bring up 30 minutes of UMoria specifically is, again, to the best of my knowledge, it is the only victorious game of Moria fully recorded on the internet. I mean, hopefully this will be the second ever in history. But to the best of my knowledge, his is the only fully recorded one, and technically we'll be missing 7 minutes of gameplay. I don't think he's missing anything because he used backup ways of recording and all kinds of crazy crap. I think. Again, I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe he's got something missing. I don't know. I don't even know if it was 7 minutes for us. It could have been 3, but it was no more than 7. And yes, it galls me. It is the fly in our ointment. Fly in our theoretically, potentially victorious ointment. Having come this far, I feel like victory is growing very assured. And that's an entirely wrong way to phrase things. And I know that. It's also a very hubristic? Is that a word? Hubristic way to phrase things that I'm probably going to regret when I inevitably die. But I can't deny, I frankly do feel like we're going to win. Now that I know what I'm doing, now I know how to play, now that I've surrendered to looking up some things on the net so I don't do stupid things like cast a million enchant weapons and hits on something I can't take anymore. Now that I've resorted to online, again, I don't consider them spoilers per se, but online information about the game that should have been provided to the player from day one, I really feel like we're going to win. I see some money up there I missed in the wall. What do I really care? I don't, but if I find myself back in that region, I'll grab it if I see it. PCE. This cast of detection works so we're not wandering around like an idiot, stepping on all the crap that's going to drain our stats, like we always do. Feather falling is the most worthless item in the game. Sorry. I suppose if you find one of those early on, and you have no other ring to wear, then it's of some mild use. You're better off wearing it than not wearing it if your option is nothing. But, only barely. Okay, these guys well, not often, these guys can drop potions of the type that we want, so let's go kill them both, and then revel in the potion finding we do. See? What'd I tell ya? Actually, I don't know for sure if it was the, I don't know who dropped that. We don't have drained charisma, we might as well drink this. Not that important to get our charisma up, but what the hell. At least it's a potion. There's one. Call this round a success. Look, I remembered. Yeah, the Holy Avenger sword, as far as I know, functions like both a slay undead and a slay evil sword. Or I shouldn't say sword. Holy Avenger weapon functions both like slay undead and slay evil, and gives you something else as well. I don't recall what. So you can see invisible with it, and you do double damage to evil things and triple damage to undead things and blah blah blah. Eat? We're not carrying any food. Didn't we just eat that Elvish Waybread like fucking 10 seconds ago? Oh, there's another thing I learned. Yes, your speed increases how fast your hunger grows. So we are, because we're fast, getting more hungry much more faster than much more quickly than we used to. I'm not sure if that was intentional design, as in like Robert Konecki said, hey, I want the player to have some sort of suffering associated with this. Maybe. I mean, certainly wearing different rings and stuff in Rogue makes you hungry faster. So maybe it was a choice. Or if it was a function of just the way the code worked, like maybe because you're faster, the turns click by twice as fast. Like it's just the way he basically coded it, and therefore a side result was that the hunger meter clicked up twice, and he thought, once he realized that was happening, he's like, it's not worth correcting. Then he decided it was a valuable choice to make. I don't know. I'd be curious to find out, but I don't know, and I'll never find out, probably. I don't know if we've done detections over here. We probably have. Maybe not. Look, we got a trap just popped up over there. I am definitely not playing to the greatest of skills right now. Skill levels. But I'll continue doing my best. It's still my ambition to get back to the surface this episode, but we're already a third of the way done, and we're not done exploring 1300 yet, so it may not happen. If not, definitely the episode after this episode, which may be later today, I don't know. Again, I have nothing specific going on today other than briefly heading out of the house for a few hours, and then I'm back home. Probably do some house cleaning, that's about it. I got some new rollerblade wheels. I should probably take those out for a spin, actually. Although in this heat, I'm not even sure if it's fun or straight up dangerous. I don't know. Bought a new pair of Nikes, too, that I broke in yesterday for the first time. That was awesome. I should get out for a run as well. But again, in this heat, am I going to drop dead? I do not know. In cooler times, I have a set of like 13 steps in my house, inside my apartment. My usual run is I literally just put on some music and charge up and down those stairs for an hour, but in this, the air conditioning doesn't really filter that far, so that would probably be a recipe for fainting on the steps and falling and breaking an arm or something. So running the stairs is probably out until cooler weather. But getting outside might not be the worst idea. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's common. I don't watch a lot of Let's Plays. At least not through to complete fruition in terms of long games. So I'm genuinely not certain if I'm breaking with tradition in talking about things that are not directly game related. But this is fucking hundreds of hours or 100 hours or something eventually to play this game. And I'm sorry, but I run out of things to say about it. Even when I look up stuff and I'm like, hey, I just learned this. That's good for a good 5 minutes of discussion. And then we're on to the fact that my wife made amazing lamb lollipops the other day. And if you don't know what lamb lollipops are, I don't mean a literal candy made of lamb. I mean little bulbs of lamb still on the rib bone, or I don't even know what bone it is. Still on the bone. That's what I'm talking about now because I'm hungry. Unfortunately, we ate all those. And then she made an awesome egg thing with some sort of spaghetti sauce. But we ate all that. And she made an awesome cake that there's still some left of, but I'm not in the mood for cake today. $12.50. After this level, we are heading back to the surface. We only found one potion on 1300, so hopefully we'll do a little better on 1250. I don't know. I'm a little disillusioned with this. You'll find more as you get higher rule. I'm not sure it's true. Although I think I learned that on the Beej, B-E-E-J website, Beej's Moria page. And as a general rule, I trust his or her information. Why am I not looking at these things before I approach them? Because I'm playing stupid. That's why. Let's get away from him. Oh, fuck. I don't know why I didn't lose anything there. He breathed acid sufficiently that he destroyed the door next to me. But I didn't see my armor class drop or anything. I think I just got lucky. I didn't know you could get lucky. I didn't know you could avoid the effects. There's no saving throw. It's not like I said, saving throw, I think I learned a long time ago. At the beginning of the game, I thought saving throw applied to everything, like acid and poison and everything. It doesn't. It applies only to enemy spells. When you see it say, you resist the effects, that's your saving throw kicking in. But it didn't. Oh, it's just pre-lit. That's very unusual these days. But it didn't say that there. It just didn't have an effect. That was unusual. Let's close that. I'm not going to bother with a bunch of Fs. There's nothing in there. I don't need to mess with them. How we fix for going up a level? We're closing the distance. We got about 39,000 left to go. Closing the distance very slowly, but closing the distance nonetheless. Screw you, louse. got so excited. See, I stopped talking about random shit, and now I got nothing to say at all. Lose wisdom, man. It's just stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. Just give me the damn potions so we can move on with this game. And win this game, and be really proud of the fact that we managed to beat Moria. Just because it's not something I ever expected to do. Ever in my lifetime. And then we can move on to the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which I've already beaten twice, and I assume I can beat again while recording it. And which is a really, really fun game. Admittedly much easier, and admittedly, thankfully, much shorter than this. We can probably wrap that up in I'd say between 3 and 5 episodes tops. Not 3 episodes, I guess that would be too short. Between 6 and 10 episodes tops. Assuming a victory. Hey, hey, hey. Apple juice, you suck! Gosh darn it. Just terrible. Apple juice. Lose wisdom. I'd hoped this was a vault as well, but it's not. There's PCE again. Nothing down here. How we fix for time? We got another 13 minutes. We might make it back to the surface this episode. We'll see. PCE again. Just because I'm very proactive about the PCE. Let's dig that out of the wall with our sword. Sorry, Wilson, you're still along for the ride. I'm literally handicapping my gameplay to carry a digital object to the finish line for no reason other than that it seems like a fun story element to add in. I told you I used to play D&D quite a bit. I haven't played in many years. Again, one of them is a timing issue. It's very hard to get people together on any regular basis to play that. We all have jobs and lives, etc. But one of the things that has eventually started turning me off about D&D and other role-playing games, at least in any long-term thing, I don't mind playing them once in a while. It's just a quick, fun thing to do for an evening. But it is the very nature of having a referee, of having a someone who has to function as a judge about rules and such. It's the same reason why there's a can of worms. Even though I would fervently argue that, say, figure skating is an amazing, those people are amazing athletes and great to watch. I enjoy watching figure skating as an example. And I think that they're incredibly powerful, incredibly skilled athletes. I don't think it should be part of the Olympics because it's not a sport by definition. I don't think. As soon as you have a, admittedly, even a hockey game has a referee, but they're there to arbitrate very, very rare rule breakages. Right? They're not there to decide the winner. They don't say, "Oh, you artfully passed that puck, therefore you win." It's still a matter of getting that puck in the net. It's still very hard rules. Hockey is not a board game. Definitively, you're not rolling dice and moving pieces. I guess unless you're playing a hockey board game, which I've made instantly. I made a Death Hockey League game, which was my first. Here's sidetracks. Jesus Christ! First ever board game I ever made when I was 13 years old, the first complete board game that wasn't like a rip-off of Monopoly, say, was Death Hockey League, which was a futuristic sports hockey game where the object was to put the enemy into the net, dead or alive. I eventually turned it into a computer game too, but that was back in the DOS days. I don't even know if I still have a copy of that game laying around anywhere. I'd be curious to see if I could find it. But anyways, I'm really digressing here. Oh, fill my lantern. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so backwards from Hockey League, Death Hockey League, we were talking about the fact that I don't think figure skating should be an Olympic sport because it relies on human judgment, not just peripherally for the sport, but as the sole medium of judging the sport. And for the same reason, I would say Dungeons & Dragons should never be an Olympic sport. Not just because it requires no athletics, but because there's a referee at all times guiding and definitely not just arbitrating, but truly determining winners and losers. I mean, you have the early game encouraged referees to deliberately fudge rolls to keep their players alive and keep the game going, you know? Your job as a referee is to keep an exciting story happening, not to adhere solidly to the rules at all times. Unlike, oh, Jesus Christ, there's just no potions here. Unlike, say, this, which is an RPG/board game where the rules are absolute. So I actually enjoy this more than I enjoy D&D these days. Why did I get on this topic? I don't remember. I had a reason. I'm old, man. I forget shit. I forget what my reasoning was. I swear to you I had a reason for this. What that reasoning was, I don't remember. Damn it. Don't get old. It sucks. What was I saying about D&D? Oh, I do remember. Okay. We're talking about, so going backwards again, following my completely derailed train of thought back to its origin point. We come to talking about carrying Wilson across the finish line. And I've always enjoyed little role-playing game moments like that. You know, a game of where you do lose some of the interest of an RPG in a game like this. Besides the fact that you can't do anything you want, as we mentioned, this is essentially a board game, not an RPG. But you also lose the characterizations of it. I mean, I have a human paladin here, and he's like any other human paladin. I'm going to play the game similarly to how others would play the game, and when I make choices, it's not based on, hey, my paladin likes X, Y, Z. It's based on, this is the easiest way to win this game in a board game fashion. Most of the time. The one exception you're seeing that is with Wilson. That's actually an RPG choice, that this character has become attached to this mundane item and has decided to carry it across the finish line with him. Or perhaps that Wilson himself is sentient and is guiding our hero through this quest. I think that's how Wilson would see it, that he is in fact the hero controlling, who called out to this paladin the same way the One Ring called out to Frodo, say. When I used to play D&D, one time I played a character, one of the last times I played, not the very last time, but I was at least out of my teen years. I was in university, and a university friend wanted to play. We might have been playing solo, like just me and him, I don't recall. But I made a thief character. And, oh fuck me, okay, whew. I decided that the thief character was insane, and he had a pet chicken named Beatrice that he carried everywhere he went, and the only reason he was robbing was he was in love with Beatrice, and he was trying to get jewelry, etc. for her. I thought it was hilarious and fun. Like, that was a really weird motivation for my character. I loved it. But eventually the DM got angry. He just wanted to play the classic, you know, sword and sorcery hack and slash idea. Like, let's just go find some treasure, and he didn't have any interest in my desire to add characterization, especially such a bizarre characterization to the character, that he was insane in love with his pet chicken, and that's why he did everything he did. So he eventually, I remember literally saying, Okay, let's just forget the chicken, and I finally agreed. It's okay. There is no chicken. There never was a chicken. I mean, he's basically retconned the entire adventure to that point to say that Beatrice didn't exist. So what can you do? Sometimes people don't like that kind of thing. But that's why we're carrying Wilson. Wilson is our Beatrice in this game. There's a little bit of room to move up here, and then we just have just enough time to get back to town. I think, probably. Yep. Alright, let's head back to town. Oh no, there's a little bit of space to explore there, too. I don't think we found any potions on this level. I mean, we found a Charisma one on the last level, but... yeah, I don't know about this whole... the higher you get, the more common these scrolls get. I'm just not sure about that. Doesn't seem to be holding true. I mean, granted, I think most of the scrolls we have, or potions... we have found on the earlier levels have been due to, let's buy some Words of Recall, have been due to monsters dropping them, but hey, if monsters drop them more frequently down there, then it balances out, right? He has nothing else we need. No Slay, Holy Avenger stuff, no potion to cure critical wounds. Let's buy one of those and we'll see how many we have at that point. Unless he throws us out, in which case who cares? I didn't notice, damn it. If I press this, does it... Alright, let's just go ahead and press I. Alright, we got 11 of them now, we don't need any more. Purchase a... oh my goodness, he doesn't have any flasks of oil. Does it matter? Are we in danger at all? Flasks of oil. Now we got 8 of them. It's way more than enough. Anything else he had in here that's awesome? Nope. Nothing else he had in there that's awesome. Nothing in here, I don't think. We don't want to sell anything, I don't believe. Let's just check really quick if he has anything that's amazing. I don't know if he eventually starts selling like really, really powerful magic items in here, the same way this guy started selling powerful weapons, so you never know. Here's Slay Animal. We really don't want that. So that's the only interesting weapon he has. Town trips are inherently much quicker now because we have so little to sell, if anything. I guess we have our Iron Helm we're going to sell and then buy back if it's awesome. Nothing here that I can see that's worthwhile. Other page? Nope. Alright, let's sell him our Iron Helm. You. I don't care. Just sell it and 100. I don't care. Jesus Christ. Minus 10. I really don't care. Plus 5, plus 4. I mean, it's cool and all, but our current one is 8. No, it's 3. I mean, admittedly, it would give us 6 more armor class, but this one gives us improvision, which is much more valuable than armor class, in my opinion. Let's just head off those dragon bats and shit. We do have a potion of restored dexterity. That's it, though. Fuck. Why is this guy never selling the stuff we need? I don't really care about this. Come on, I was automatically final offer? Whatever, it's fine. Quaff M. Now let's look and see about drinking that one. Quaff L. Alright, our dexterity's up to 1843. That's pretty good. Our strength is not as high as it should be. I think our armor class went up by 1. Is that it? Are we done here? Oh, no, we got some potions of identify, thank God. Only 3 of them, unfortunately. That's it, man. This is a really boring trip back. Let's get a potion of recharging. Might as well stockpile those. That's for our Wand of Haste or whatever. Staff of Haste or something. Staff of Haste Self, I believe it's called. Alright, let's head back down. It sucks, guys, but there's nothing else we can do. We can't even qualify our potion of strength yet. Thanks for your money. That's of use. No use. All right. We're right at 30-minute mark. I'm going to cast the general detection spells and light up the room spells. I'm going to kill this thing. Can touch to weaken. Let's not go near it. Alright, let's rest from that. PAA, PAF, PAG. Collect this scroll. Drop this scroll so I don't forget that I'm carrying it. And PCE, and we're done. Okay, guys, that's it for me for now. I gotta get going. I may jump back on later this afternoon. We'll see how I'm feeling. And if there's anything else that really pops up, wish me luck. Wish me a call from the agent, because I'm kind of bored today. Alright, bye.